Tuesday. Asher, how are you? Hope you're keeping well. Today, well, 2 streams. First up, we're going to be checking out the 777 freighter, just released yesterday by PMDG, and it's here in Flight Sim 24. So we said, right, we need to check out the gadget. Brilliant. So we're on the ground here at Dublin, and we're going to do a quick old jaunt over to Shannon, but I want to learn this thing rather than just hopping in and, you know, going at it. Little bit of a dive, I suppose, into some of the systems, the features, and what we can expect from this aircraft in the sim. The good news, well, for me, I purchased this aircraft back in Flight Sim 2020, and it's a free upgrade, which is a nice touch, right? It was raging we didn't get, you know, this first. The 777-2, I think, came out first. But great news now that this is now available in Flight Sim 2024. If you got it in 2020, I think within the last year or so, you should be good to go. So the livery we have, it's that of TNT. They're dynamite. No, it's TNT, right? And as I said, we're on the ground here at Dublin. I usually don't use GSX in Flight Sim 24, only because... Right, so let's see how it goes. So, daytime streams, yeah, I don't know. It might work. I have the cat here beside me. It's not a rug, it's a cat. Hello, cat. She doesn't say much now, you know. She's a great listener, though. So she lives there. She comes in. I have a little kind of a cushion thing for her. It's covered in cat hair. Jesus. But that's where the cat lives. And we call her Cat. Cat. I thought it was handy, you know. Come here, cat. Hello, cat. Yeah, she's having a rest. So anyway, that's the plan of it, lads. How are y'all keeping? How's your day? Are you work lurking? Or maybe you're at home somewhere. But we kind of have a cat cam. Right now, what does that do? Oh, Jesus. Why didn't that work? Houston, we have an issue. Hang on. Right now. No, that is working. Why isn't that working? It's a good start, lads. It's a good start. Why isn't that light working? Or my camera working? Hang on. Uh-oh. Let's not panic. There's a little thing coming up loading, look. Hang on. We'll refresh it. Reload the gadget, Murph, right? This is brilliant. Right, now does it work? Oh, balls. We've broken it. Hang on. Ooh, talk amongst yourselves while I break things. Yeah, it's proper shag, this one. So anyway... Why doesn't me stuff want to work? Did it change the address? It did, look. IHRKNQ. Listen, it's not important. We'll go back to the cat cam later. But there is a cat there. You can see I have another camera there. Anyway, it's not important. Look, who's here? That's important. Who put on the kettle? It's after 11's. It's time for 12's, and then we have lunch, you see, you know. But anyway, Crafty Tigers, top of the morning to you, man. Hope you're well. Muttley is here. Dougal McTavish. Good to see you, Dougal. Dougal, I was watching. I did the dog in it last night, lads. I did the dog in it, right? So after the stream, I went off and I did my usual, you know, check emails, and then I got stuck watching YouTube stuff, you know, do this and make that and try these, you know, and typical, of course. I come in this morning and the whole thing's shagged. But I was watching XP last night, and I was watching a bit of Oz Flight Simmer. I haven't seen these lads for ages. Usually I'm in bed. Anyway, crawled into the bed at around 2:30 this morning. What an idiot, right? So I'm as dopey as a sheep, but it's all right. It's grand because I'm already at work. That's handy, isn't it? Right, so that's what it is we're at, right? So we'll start these kind of daytime streams because they're going to be new, right? But what I'd like to do, it gives you guys the chance, if you're having any issues with the sim, specifically with Flight Sim 2024, but I'm also going to throw in some other stuff. We'll have Flight Sim 2020, we're going to have X-Plane as well. So if you have any questions or maybe you're having some issues, this is an ideal time to say, Murph, do you know about this thing? And if I don't, I'll figure it out for you and I'll come back to you, right? Think of it as our own little tech support, you know, community support forum. Maybe you just want to tell me about that itch you have on your lower leg. Listen, anything goes, right? But it's a nice kind of a way just to, do you know what I mean? Because I'm not very good at, hey, look at me, do a thing. I'm not very good at that. I need the interaction, you see. So, that's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. So anyway, yes, who was here, did we say? Dougal is here. Hey, Crotty. Is it Crotty or Crotag? It's the Irish version of Crotty. Welcome in, my dude. Airwolf is here, 37 months. What a ledge. I'm raging because my stupid camera doesn't work. But sure, listen, it could be worse, lads, you know. Don't know how it could be worse, but it could be. Mac Vision is here. Good day to you. Malky Mac is here. Good afternoon. Airwolf is in the house. Where are we departing? So we're going to do a flight out of Dublin, Echo India Delta Whiskey. We're going to ramble over to Shannon, Echo India, November. Nice, short, little flight. Cargo freighter. We're bringing rice cakes and, you know, stuff. We'll see how we get on. Tilly is in the house. Good morning from Tillycultre, the place that the Royal Canadian Air Force and the US Marine Corps Hercules only fly over when it's cloudy. Right? Look, there's something great up there, but we can't see it. Sir Camsalot, very good afternoon to you, my guy. Hope you're well. 98 Vulcan is here. Welcome in. Filthy, good morning, man. Now, let me see. Just realised it's the afternoon here. I better remember to pick up the kids. Tilly, what time? We'll set a reminder. Yes. It'll be grand. Spitfire, RAF 100. Good to see you, my guy. Hope you're well. APU Inspector is here. Welcome. Who else come in? Death's Angel. 2 streams today. I'm telling you, it's all happening now. Commander Balosh is here. Good afternoon, all. I have to get used to the fact that streams will also take place during my working hours in the future. Are they really working hours? Come on out of that, Balosh. Go on out of that. Anthony V, good to see you. PH Roy is in the house. 5 streams in a row. Thank you very, very much indeed, Roy. Cyrus T, the man of teal. He says, Jesus, this is the first time I'm glad I work shifts. Good to see you, Cyrus. Hope you're well, mate. Twisted Mexican, brother from another mother. Welcome aboard, man. Right, I see a little furball. Yeah. Getting the Microsoft flights in PS or PTSD with that loading ring. Yeah. It's disastrous. Probably not used to working during the day, right? Energizer, top of the afternoon to you, man. We can see it's breathing, so all is grand. You're all right, aren't you? Stay. Be a cat. Very well trained. Years of training, you know. Heisenberg, good to see you. Need much coffee. Brilliant. 6:22 a.m. Jesus, Twisted Mexican. Onboard Simulations, thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Hope you're well. I bet the cat is happy to have you there now. I don't really know. If you got to be an ambush, right? We'll see what happens. Daza Arab, good to see you, Daza. He says, "Oi, why aren't you at work?" Wait, Jesus. 7:22 for Crafty Tigers. Roy says, today is the big yearly PC cleanup and repaste day. Just assemble the stuff. I need to do one of those. I also want to do like a behind the scenes stream for us as well. Go through all the settings and lights and gadgets that I have. But it's not a great start though, considering, you know, we're live a few minutes and my camera's already shagged. But it's grand. It's grand. QC Frank is here. Good to see you. Yeah, the first name, initial, surname in Irish. I found using the Irish always meant I got the username Acrotty. See? A Croteg. Very good. QC Frank is here. Murph, he says, just here lurking for 10 minutes, about to leave for work. No bother at all. Well, that's the productivity through the floor. It is, Mr. Chippy. It's totally fine, though. Newfoundland, good to see you. Let me see. Fedituda. It's so good to see you during the afternoon. Well, thank you very much. I won't last long because you'll say, get him off the telly. He's wrecking me head. P.S. Mirandai. Hello there. Hope you're well, dude. Hope you're well. We're also streaming on YouTube. Where's my mouse? We're also streaming on YouTube during the day, which is strange, right? Which is strange. But who's here? Look, Uniform Goose. G'day, Goose. Tom Sue is here. CTB Gaming, you're welcome in. Daniel Meyer, welcome. Jungly, good to see you. Visualize, 6:22, and Murphy's on my phone at work. What has happened to the world? It's grand, right? Cats, living with dogs. Well, I don't have a dog. We used to have a dog. If I get another dog, I'm going to call him Podge, right? I know, baby dog. Jerry Armstrong, hope you're well. Murph, what do you do when your wife always has a headache? I stay downstairs out of the way in case I get in trouble. Do you know what I mean? Anna Cross is good to see you. Monty is in the house. Steve Stavros, good morning. Flight Sim Max, good to see you, Max. Who else come in? Fred, welcome aboard. Let me see. The Say Intentions EU team say hello. Brilliant. Come here now. We showcased Say Intentions last Wednesday, the AI living world, right? And I've been doing a little bit of messing with it in the background. Man alive, that thing is getting good. It's getting freaky now because you're listening to other pilots and ATC, and then they start doing what they've just spoken about. It's mad. It's brilliant. But I hope you're well, Fred. Regards to all the teams. Nutty is here. Hello from a warm Oslo. 24 degrees. Jesus. Hello from Tipperary. Captain Sickback is here. Me Twitch is fecked, but I'm watching on YouTube on me brand new 4K telly. We'll get a good long... Hang on, wait for this one now. Will this one even work? No, that's still shagged. Ah, Jesus. This'll work. Get a good long hard look at that now, Captain Sickbag. Right. And I have a cold sore on my lip. Right, over here, look. Afternoon, Merv from YouTube Dazza. Hello, YouTube Dazza. Good to see you. Right, lads, you're all very welcome in. As I said, we'll start these... Call the dog Modra. Oh, that's a great name. We'll start these streams, as I said, if you have any issues or, you know, if you have problems with your flight sim, maybe your peripherals, maybe settings or software, because there's nowhere really for this. I mean, yes, you can go to forums and you might get an answer, but if there is something you're stuck with, if I can help, I'm only too happy to help. So if you do have any issues or worries, let us know in the gadget and we'll attack it. You see, Fort Noob, good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Looking forward to the workday entertainment. Ara, sure, listen, do you know, the shirt will stay on, it'll be grand. Airwolf, you look different in the daytime. Do I? I feel different in the daytime. Do you know, it's like, hang on. I mean, I didn't do much today. I got up, I had a shower, I brought the bins in, I bashed my toe on the back step. I stood in the garden for a minute wondering how I'm going to fix that mess. And then, well, here we are, right? Here we are. I had a coffee and that was about it. But anyway, Wicked Lumberjacks, good morning all from Philadelphia. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well. What's for breakfast this morning, Wicked Lumberjacks? YouTube Dazza. Brilliant. Now, where are we at? We're over here. 7-3 Pilot. Good to see you, my dude. You're looking good, mate. Good, sir. Well, thank you very much. That'll all change, lads. Don't worry. So, yeah, as I'm saying, we'll do Flight Sim today. I'm going to take a little break later on, the Savo, and then we will be back later on for some trucking, right? That's today's plan. And we'll see where we go from this. If these streams are something that you guys are happy to be here this kind of time during the day, I can plan a few more. I'm very much, for the next month or so, until I come back from Expo. Flight Sim Expo is kind of like the line in the sand for me. We're going to try different things for a couple of weeks to see kind of what works, right? What works best. And then we'll come up with a good old schedule. But if you guys are happy with these streams, well then sure, we're laughing. And I'm going to be here anyway. Do you know what I mean? And as I said, it's not necessarily going to be just Flight Sim 2024. It is my absolute favourite sim, but I do have some stuff I want to do with X-Plane as well. And we'll see how that goes. Do you know what I mean? Lead Ballooner, good to see you. It fits in well with lunch break. Come on, Dazza. What's for lunch now? You know, can I create a schedule for you? I probably won't stick to it. I'm brutal at schedules. I was to get up early this morning and go for a walk. That went out the window. Right, 24/7 stream. Yes, you said. Well, we're going to do a long one on Friday. This coming Friday, we're off to the whatchamacallit? Route 66. Yes, we're doing that on Friday. I'm looking forward to that. Right, okay, let's come over here. That camera worked. Brilliant. And well, let's see what the story is. Merv, maybe introduce a hardware-related subject. Yes, we could do that. Airwolf says, I work shifts, so this is great. Hoping for more daytime streamage. Yes, of course. Can't wait for Route 66. It's going to be fun, man. Cyber Dammy, good to see you. Hope all is well. So here we have it, lads, the PMDG Boeing 777F. Now, when I say Boeing, and I'm trying to remember because I know the older PMDG aircraft, they were actually officially, weren't they? I'm almost certain they were all officially licensed by Boeing. I think that's stopped now. And it's nothing necessarily to do with PMDG, but I think it was to do with the platform, right? Because if you're aware of what's going on in the world, Tolis have gotten the owl tip of the cap from Airbus to officially license the Tolis aircraft over an X-Plane. And I know that Flight Factor in X-Plane also had kind of official recognition from Boeing. And I think that was more to do with the platform in terms of certain systems and all this sort of stuff. I think it's only a matter of time before we start seeing some of the major aircraft manufacturers. We've seen some already in Flight Sim, which is great news because you're getting the official manufacturer saying, do you know what? That's quite okay. Go ahead. So, yeah, I think it's going to be great. If Creo is in the chat, many thanks for the sub the other week. Oh, brilliant. Feet Wet, thank you very much. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. So, yeah, so what we have here, well, first and foremost, we have the PMDG website. Now, if anyone doesn't know, right, I don't need to give you the full history, but PMDG was, their name is Precision Manual Development Group. Precision Manuals Development Group, right? PMDG. That's what they started off doing. Robert Randazzo, many years ago, they used to write manuals for real-world pilots how to operate certain aircraft. So this is very much in their wheelhouse when it comes to writing manuals and documents. Very detailed. And it was from writing all of these documents that they became very familiar with aircraft systems, and sure, then they started making aircraft for flight sim. And they're around a long time, and it's, you know, it's not their first rodeo. So they do things that I scratch my head and go, but I totally get why they do it. And that's usually around, like, you know, aircraft releases. For example, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is a very different market for them, as in the new variant of the sim back in 2020, well, they released the 737-7 first, rather than releasing the Dash 8. Why? Well, everyone wants the Dash 8. It's the most popular. So they went with the 737-7, then the 737-6, then we got the Dash 8, right? And, well, they kind of followed suit again in flights in 2024. The 777-200 was the first release, and now, of course, we have the 777 Freighter, and the 777-3 is on the way very soon, right? Very soon. But there is a lot to there's a lot to learn about this aircraft, and as I said, they very much aim for study level, high fidelity study level aircraft. That's what they go for, right? And their manuals that they include, well, they're nothing short of excellent, because they'll teach you the systems, they'll give you a full overview of the aircraft, but they'll also go into the depth of giving you kind of practice flights, right? They'll suggest different flights. So what we're looking at here, it's in a beautiful TNT livery, and it's just getting a look at the state of it, right? Flying these aircraft, it's not something I do an awful lot because, well, we tend to go for general aviation, right? But you cannot ignore the sheer brilliance of what some of these airliner guys are doing. The likes of Phoenix, the likes of PMDG, iFly, Just Flight are up there as well. And even the guys over at FS Labs, there's some really incredible heavy aircraft, or, you know, airliner aircraft available now in the sim, and a lot more coming, right? So the 777, it's a fascinating aircraft only because it's modern so far as, see these engines, right? This thing is an absolute friggin' workhorse. I read somewhere that one of these engines, I think it was the General Electric, but one of these engines was enough to get a 747 into the air. And the 777, considerably small, well, not considerably smaller, but it is smaller than a 74. It has two of them for good measure. So you're talking extreme power and thrust, right? So looking at the aircraft, well, you can see it. I mean, they have the deliveries they all have up and running. They're available through the PMDG Operations Center. Version 3, it's actually really nice. I'll show you it here, actually. Where is it now? So if I go PMDG Operations Center version 3, there she is there, look. So we'll open this. And this will show you kind of where it's at, right? So it's a lot kind of, it's newer, it's sharper, it's cleaner, you know? So what we have here, I have the PMDG 777 Freighter loaded in. I also have it in 2020, and then I have the Dash 300 in 2020, but that's going to be coming into 2024 very soon as well. So this is the new Operations Center, and it's very responsive, it's fast, it's quick. I shouldn't have closed that because I want to show you this as well. Where is it now? PMDG Operations Center. I want to show you then, if you want to grab some liveries. So if you click on the aircraft that you have, you're going to see all the information, right? And down here, you have a choice of installing all the additional liveries. Now, you can also grab your liveries from, you know, the normal places, flightsim.to and so on. But it's literally, oh, look, I like that. Click it, it installs it. It's very fast, and it's just highly optimized. Brilliant, right? So the aircraft that we have, I don't know, have you guys flown one of these before? There goes the cat. Scared the crap out of me, Jesus. I don't know if you've flown this aircraft before. It's a big old machine, and for me, as I say, I don't do an awful lot of the airliners. However, freighters, definitely, because they can do shorter hops, right? The MD-11 from TFDI, that's one of my favourites because it's a mad plane, right? Also the MD-80, the Mad Dog. But, I mean, look at the detail that we have here from PMDG. Like, it is staggering, the detail that they go into. You know what I mean? You're never too old for flight simming, 100%. Like, look at that. I mean, the freaking tyres and the wheels, everything. It's class. Things are breaking. Hang on, don't go anywhere. Get the crap out. Jesus. What are you doing? Oh, very good. Jesus. My dad's here. Snuck into the house. That scared the crap out of me. Two-tone senior's in the house. He's here fixing something on the ground. I was like, I hear something. Jesus. Anyway, calm down now. Yeah, look at the cut of the detailing just on the wheels, like all the brake lines. It's absolutely mad. I did find one little issue. I'll show you that in a while. But it took me some time to find it. You know what I mean? Ah, Gibbo's here. Good to see you, my dude. Fancy seeing you this time of the day. You're looking well. We all know now you're flat out working. We're flat out, right? You're like me, you know, flat out. But we're here with the 777 freighter, and it was just released for flights in 2024. Oh, look, there's an LOD issue, look. The pipes disappear. That's interesting. But anyway, look at the detail here, lads. Like, who goes looking at things like this? Do you know what I mean? And you can see some of the textures, like they're a little bit worn or whatever. Interesting choice putting the decal right beside something that's worn. But I gotta say, man, it looks absolutely brilliant, doesn't it? The detailing, like, you get absolutely, like, and you don't really spend time looking at these things. It's all about being inside the aircraft and flying it. But they've definitely gone to a lot of detail. And it's an aircraft. I mean, look at the 777, even the freighter variant. This has been out for some time. Granted, now it's alive and kicking in Flight Sim 24. Like, they've done a great job, and like performance seems to be very good at the moment. Do you know? Look at this. Look, that's mad, isn't it? Madness. So, what else can we see here now? The APU on this, interesting design. It comes out the very, very back of the aircraft here on the left side. This is your little APU exhaust, right? So don't put your hands there. And what else do we have? A massive tail section. Like, it's huge. The 777 is just massive. But there's loads of great detail. Now, when it comes to the freighter variant, what's this now? Warning, high-powered outflow valve. And you can see where the textures and all that jazz are, look. It's cool, right? Yeah, so many great details. How's your VRAM usage now? VRAM, Drew, what's the best way to monitor that? I imagine we're good, though. Manual lift operation. So you can see from the cargo variant, well, that's what makes the aircraft somewhat different, right? There's the two cars. They're my cars, right? Look at the state of that, look. Look at the detail even inside the shagging thing. Do you know what I mean? Murph, what you doing? Yeah, we're going driving. Yeah. You do love cargo planes, to be fair. I do love cargo planes. There's great detail in it. That's an Aston Martin DB5, is it? Or DB6? Poly Bond. Yorkshire tea. Ah, brilliant. Tailors of where? Of Harrogate. I've never tried it before. But sure, listen. We'll give it a blast. So we're full of tea. And yeah, it's great to see kind of the level of detail. We can edit what's in the aircraft. We can change all that in our settings. So it's a nice touch. Got a control panel here. I'm not sure if that works, but it looks good. Stowage door. Right, there's tons of details here. Like, even look at this. It's class, isn't it? Yorkshire tea, right? They finally ditched the Skoda, got an Aston Martin. Listen. Fished now. Fished about that. Oh, is that a window? It is. It is. We actually have a window back here. But isn't it only gorgeous? I mean, look at that for a view. Look at that, lads. The leading edge of the wing here. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So, it looks the part, doesn't it? So we'll ramble up here in towards the flight deck, and we'll ramble in. So I do have GSX running in Flight Sim 24, which that's, you know, we're danger, right? Danger. But we'll ramble in here. So you can actually access the cargo area. They do have doors, one on either side. We'll just kind of whoosh into that at the moment, and you can see where everything is. They load the aircraft from the back, and everything filters up to the front. They're all roller wheels, if you like, on the main cargo deck. That's what that is, right? Expensive tea, I'm telling you, it's flat out. So back here then you'd have the crew of the aircraft, and they can take a handful of passengers, but like, you know, 2 or 3. This control panel is operational. That controls our door. So they managed to put that in place. We have a galley here to make a cup of tea and the old paninis, right? Crew rest. So this isn't modelled. None of this stuff is modelled, unfortunately. The lav isn't modelled either. And then we venture into the flight deck itself, and welcome to the flight deck of a 777 freighter. And I like what they've done with the textures here, because it does have that look of wear and tear. I mean, you can see the textures, right? And if you look at the detailing, this is staggering. Look at that carpet look. I mean, lads, take your socks off and just run your, right, you know, do that. Make fists with your feet. Ah, brilliant. Yeah, savage detail in here. I gotta say, it looks the part, doesn't it? So yeah, there's quite a lot to worry about this machine, and well, we'll see kind of how it behaves from the flight deck. Yeah, it's just beautiful. They've done a great job, haven't they? Hey Tazzy, good to see you. Flying the Flight Factor 777 this afternoon. So Flight Factor's 777, that's over on X-Plane. That, to me, my opinion, that is the most detailed 777 in flight sim. The most detailed. It's quite incredible. Hey Crotty, now that you're full time, definitely need to support you. Thank you very much. Tier 2 sub. What a legend. Thank you very much indeed. It's like a 70s living room with all the brown, isn't it? It very much is. But I love it because, look, it has the dirt and the grime and all the jazz. This is not a brand new aircraft. This is a workhorse, and it's great to see. One of the visual things that I found, and I've never found it with a PMDG aircraft before, and no doubt they'll fix it. I found one floating texture. Look at that gadget there. See the little lines? That never happened. I've never seen that in PMDG stuff, but it just needs a little bit of a clean up. Do you know? But apart from that, I mean, look at the detail, lads. It just looks the part. So, in terms of familiarization, the 777 behaves very different than what you might be used to with the likes of a 737, right? And very different to Airbus as well. Now, what makes this aircraft friggin' nuts, it does have a fly-by-wire system. Now, it's not an Airbus, but it has fly-by-wire, which Boeing added into the aircraft. So, yeah, look, it looks the part. We'll get into using all the systems here now in a moment. It has its new EFB. I like it. I think they've done a good job with the EFB. And, well, look at between all the textures and all the stuff that we can see, there's a lot going on here, isn't there? I mean, look at that. It's just nice. It's just nice. The layout, everything about it, they've done a great job. This is awesome in 2020, and in 2024, it's behaving just as well, if not better, you know? Onto the overhead then as well. Like, it's done really well. So, yeah, let's see if we can break it. There's a couple of things. So I don't think these circuit breakers work. That's one thing that Flight Factor would have over this. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the out flight deck. I mean, if you're into your haul and freight, this is a great machine, you know? Now that you're full time, does that mean you can start drinking earlier? Right? The wipers also work. I'll show you a picture I took last night of this thing, right? Just to show you, because we might get the opportunity today, but I'll show you some of the pictures I took of this. As I said, I stayed up very late last night because I'm in Egypt. Here's the shot I took last night. What do we think of that, lads? Isn't it very fancy, isn't it? Very dramatic, you know. Jesus, Bin Monkey, 4 months. Thank you very much, man. He says, congrats on going full time, mate. Early Murph streams for the win. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, man. Yeah, so this is actually on the ground at Shannon last night. Isn't it mad looking? Aaron, good to see you. So it just goes to show the detailing, the lighting. They spend a lot of time on these things that you would rarely get to see. You'd rarely get to see these unless you're in these conditions. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's purdy. It is purdy. I got a couple of more. This is one of the wipers in action. Didn't come out as well, but you can see that the wipers do work. I mean, we have all the rain beating here, and then, you know, where the wipers are wiping, well, there's none. So I thought that was pretty cool. What else then did I do? Did I get another shot? I thought I did. Here's another shot here then. Just kind of daytime or evening time, just on the ramp. So yeah, like great job, you know. Epic Fool is here. Good to see you. Robert Harrison. Baby, yeah. Good to see you, man. Who's this? Manic Miner. The butterscotch colour feels like a punishment by the aircraft designer. Why would you choose that? The butterscotch. What do you mean? Delivery or inside? So delivery is just from TNT. They're dynamite. You know, that picture is the best advertisement for switching to 2024 I've seen. Yes. Right. I should be on the payroll. Microsoft. It's Murph. Listen, I've a great idea. Later that day, Murphy was cancelled. But yeah, look, you can see the details. And if you look closely here, can you guys see that? Can you see like the textures they have on the glass? Now we'll try and get it to another angle. You can actually see the textures on the glass of where the wipers move. Look, do you see that? It's mad, isn't it? The guy that picked the Boeing poo colour for the cockpit. Yeah. Oh, that colour. Yeah, Jesus, yeah. So yeah, look, we have working wipers. Up here, I was a little bit kind of scratching my head. So where the rivets are, they're not exactly squared off. See this? It's a weird kind of a strip, and they're just like the texturing is just slightly off. Could be the livery, lads. But again, it's not noticeable. Like, it's not noticeable. You need to be right in there to kind of see it, you know. I won't accept TNT livery slander, right? Brilliant. So as I said, I've GSX up and running, and well, sure. Listen, let's jump into the flight deck. Press some buttons here, Murph. Reset our view. And I'm on the ground at Dublin. Now, I have multiplayer turned off just for the moment. We'll turn it on in a while. It's a colour based on science. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. So we'll start off down here, beside our little tiller. And this is the EFB. And a couple of things we can see, right? We can see auto cruise, sim rate, local time, and we have a home button. Grand. So the electronic flight bag. So what do we have in here? Well, we have the home button in which we can import directly from SimBrief, and when you connect it to Navigraph, you can actually pull in the Navigraph maps. So this is the standard PMDG map, or you flick it over to Navigraph and you can start using Navigraph from the world map, IFR high or IFR high and low, even put in the VFR map if you wish. So that's a nice touch, yeah. What else do we have here now? We have daytime or nighttime mode for the map as well. All right. Murph, did you see the 146 is coming to X-Plane 12? I did. I have it, and I need to spend some time with it. But yes, 100%. We also can pull in some METAR information here as well, so we can type in, I don't know, no METAR available on the station. So we just type one in. EIDW. Let's do a search. So at Dublin, winds 130 at 6 knots. Good visibility, few clouds, and it's 16 degrees with no significant change. All right. The EFB power button behind the tiller, if you get your view wrong. Yeah, 100%. So you want to be careful what way you set up a view for the EFB. Now, I thought you could move this gadget. Maybe you can't. So in your electronic flight bag, that's the home button there. Then you have your flight plan is the next page down. Then you have all your charts with Navigraph. Then you have some settings so you can go in and put in your stuff, right? Change the altitude, and you can attach, say, intentions to this as well, so you can get your CDPLC. All that jazz works, right? What else do we have? We have the nav data. So this is coming in from Navigraph, so you can actually install your nav data, your AIRAC, directly into the aircraft, which is a nice touch. And then we just have some info down here. So that's all fairly straightforward. Also then we go into the performance tool. So we have a performance calculator for takeoff and landing. Nothing new. We've seen it before. Right. There is a few click spots to move the tablet. It's on the center screen and one of the left window. Okay. Click the dirt mark on the window and the EFB moves to it. A dirt mark on the window, you say. Oh, look, here's a dirt mark. Ah, brilliant. Who's the genius? That's fantastic news, and that's actually in a better place. Now, before we do that, can we just pop you down here for a second? We can. You can move your clipboard, but I haven't figured out how to open the window. Right, I mean, we can click the pen. Right? The first day when I worked for the man, I was in the office, right? And I always moved the tiller. I can't move the tiller. The first day I was in the office working for the man, I had a pen like that, right? And I'd be clicking it good-o, trying to learn. Anyway, we came back from lunch and they took the spring out of the clicker. I got the message, right? You have to shout open sesame. Yeah. Talk to it nicely. Now, there's also a ton of other stuff. Beautiful window blinds, right? And we have additional window blinds in here that we can pop up. It's not only deadly, and we can move these gadgets around as well. Do you know? Class, right? Nice touch. So close that. Get rid of that. Where are you? We have a click spot here somewhere. Far left is another, yeah. No, it's nicely done. Yeah, move the tiller, you say, but I've no switch here to move the tiller. And I'm trying to move it with my pedals and it doesn't want to work, so I don't know how to open the window. So get that closed. Put you back up to where you belong, and we'll continue on. So we'll get the EFB back up here, because that's just nice, isn't it? So that's the performance tool. Our ground operations. So we have our ground connections, wheel chocks, the air start unit, ground power, jetway connection if there is one, aircon unit if you want. So they're all the back tiller. Oh, look. Ah, brilliant. Hang on a second. Fresh air coming in. can I just say, that is the most dramatic window opening I've ever seen. Isn't that brilliant? How long did that take? Is it a Skoda? Yeah, the very same window opener in my car, yeah. Oh, right. Anyway, oh yeah, this stuff here now, look. So we can see remove chocks, all that jazz is there, or you can click on the stuff, I think it opens it as well, right? So the ground services, these are your vehicles, so you can get your aft cargo, a fuel truck, galley, maintenance van, all the jazz, lab service if you need it. Then you have your door management, open all your doors or select what ones you want, right? Ground maintenance, you can actually work on the aircraft, right? And it shows you what areas that need work.
Hello
replace
there.
the tires, replace the brakes, cool the brakes, service the drives or the motors, refill your fire bottles, the hydraulic fluid, and also the engine oil. And you can see all of these things. So if I just click refill engine oil, it just does it. Can't really see what the levels are at, but it does it, right? 777 Ryan, the freighter. But yes, PK, thank you for the follow. 2 steps, open the window. You did the first bit. Left of the oxygen mask, we got the other turn. Yeah, we got that. Thanks a million. And then we have these automated ground ops. So your turn type, short, long, custom, right? As in your turnaround. Your wheel chocks, remove chocks, plan your fuel, and this kind of goes through an automation of it. So nice touch, yeah? Manuals, you get a QR code scan and you get access to all the PMDG manuals. That's what they started life as. And then we have a weight and balance calculator in here as well. So we can load this directly from SimBrief, or we can put it in directly ourselves. So what we're going to do, we'll go into SimBrief and we'll just plan a very straightforward flight, and let's see what this thing can do, right? So anyone know the ICAO for TNT, right? Aircraft ICAO codes, or is it more airline? It'd be airline. Get in here now. So we're looking for the name of it. TNT. Search. They're dynamite. There we go. Look. So 3V. Look. That's mad. Do you ever see this website, lads? If you ever want to know what call signs to pick, grab a hold of it there now, right? Have I clicked on the engine cowls? I have not yet, Dave. No. Legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. TAY. Well, let's have a look. So TNT we'll put in. Let's search. So, oh yeah, look. So your IATA code or your ICAO code. So it's TAY, right? And based out of Belgium. Or you have one based out of the UK. Look at this now. They're called Nitro. So this one here, the ICAO is quality. So that's your call sign. That's mad. You can find some great call signs using that. Yeah, great bit of stuff, isn't it? Jesus, I never knew that. Nitro. That's brilliant. But we are in the Belgian colours, so we're going to be quality. Quality 235. So it's going to be TAY 235. Brilliant. So airline is going to be TAY. Flight number is going to be 235. And we're going to depart out of Dublin, Echo India Delta Whiskey. And we're going to head over to Shannon. And we're going to pick our aircraft from this list down here. So we're a B77F. There she be there. So it's going to give us about an hour block time. And it looks to be a departure from runway 10 right. That be right? Runway 10 right, or is it 10 left? What's Dublin, lads? It's always 10 left, isn't it? So this is going to be a non-standard departure. We'll probably go to Peleg. Looking at this, let's have a gawk. Yeah, we're down to Peleg, right? What's the name of the website? Eagle Airways. Just click on it. It's avcodes.co.uk. avcodes.co.uk. Right, so that route looks good to us. Altitude for this one, we won't go too mad. We are going westbound. So we'll go, I don't know, 16,000 feet. Go with that. Analyze the route. Route is good. So go ahead and generate the flight for us. 10 left landing, 10 right roll. Gibble, you absolute genius. Is it though? I'm not doubting you, but is it not they depart from 10 left? Oh no, they depart from 10 right. That's so much easier to learn. You big genius. 10 left, 10 right. L for landing or for roll. And it's the same for the 2/8 then, is it? Jesus, I never knew that. That's fantastic. Genius, isn't it? Genius. Right, come on over here now. Hello, Nevergraph. Unload our flight from last night. That was loads of fun. We'll import this puppy from SimBrief and drop it in there now. Hi. And so we'll have a now look. So at Dublin, we have 10 Oh, you're right, of course. You have 10 left, and then we have 10 right. Rolling. They do take off this direction, and they land that direction. That's mad. Mind blown, Gibbo. I'm at this for ages, and I've never known that. Right? Right, so it's going to be a non-standard departure, so we'll be right turning. We're going to head then to Peleg, down to the Deegan waypoint, and then we'll ramble in this way for an ILS runway 6 approach into Shannon. Fairly straightforward flight, ain't going to take us long at all, right? So now that that's done, we can import this guy straight into the aircraft. So we're going to click on the electronic flight bag, we're going to click home, we're going to request our data from SimBrief. So now we can say it. So we're quality 235, our alternate is back to Dublin, average winds, cost index, it's all put in here for us, the aircraft registration, the company route, route distance, 0 fuel weight, aircraft type. Happy days there. We can also review our entire flight plan. That screen's a little bit dark, is it? How do we fix this now? Click home. Electronic flight bag. Preferences. Here we go. Look, here we go. So the theme, brightness. Go up there now. Theme can be auto or manual. We'll go auto for the crack. Theme preference. So daytime or nighttime, right? So that's grand. Flights and mods. Welcome in. Welcome in. I know that name. So yes, we can see it all here. Full flight plan. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Actually, who prepared said plan? Departure clearance. That's all grand. Yes. Yes. No weather data there. No tropical storms. No volcanic ash. That's all good. Notams. Dublin. Apron taxiway 3 closed. Portion of taxiway 4 from a beam stand 203 closed. All right. So I love this. Navigraph or SimBrief picks up all the real world stuff. Winds aloft, all the jazz are there as well. Right, so that's all grand. That's a flight plan. We come down to our map and we can see that we can load this in. We can also get our charts in here. So I might do a Dublin. Let me see. Airport briefing. Briefing. Down the road here now, we can see the layout. Here we go. So that's kind of our setup in here, look. Now, can they appear me on a toggle aircraft location? So we can't see us on this chart. Let's see now. Can you see us at all on this? No. There we go. There's our aircraft down there now. Perfect. Perfect. So we can go daytime or nighttime. So we're down here over at the 401s, down to the cargo area. So if we're going to be departing from 10 right, well, we're going to be taxiing Sierra and blasting off this direction then. All right, so that's all grand. Next up then we have our preferences. We had to look at that. That's our nav info, and that's just general information. So that's all grand. Performance tool, ground ops, and so on. So performance, takeoff. We know we're going to be blasting off from... oh, look, we can import this from our flight plan. So import from your operational flight plan. Dublin, airport name. Runway is going to be 10 right. Import. The aircraft import, so we can see our weight. Flap configuration, we'll go flap 5. Rating, we're not going to derate. AI config... Engines or anti-ice, never mind that. Air conditioning set to auto, and we can import the weather here as well. And can we calculate? So it's going to tell us a flaps 5 N187, V1 is going to be 156, VR is going to be 158. All right, so yeah, we have a massive runway at Dublin, so there shouldn't be an issue here, do you know? So what we're going to do now, well, we need to get some power into this machine, and the 777, it takes a while to kind of get the old gadgets going, right? So I'm going to turn on the battery and we'll hear some sounds coming on. Now, those screens, they take a few moments to power on. So it could take 5 minutes, you know. You can also update the AirAC data in the EFB. Yeah, no, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Sean Dale is here. Good to see you. Can you do a flight in an Aer Lingus A330? Ryan, at some stage, yes, of course. Inverse says, are them runways actually in the sim now? You know, I think they put them in. Aren't those screens CRTs? CRTs? Could be. But I do know they take a while to start powering up. And you can hear the avionics, like, you can hear the sounds, yeah? So, don't hit that handle, whatever you do. Right, so let me see. Parking brakes are already on, so that's okay. We'll continue on here. So we have our primary external power and our secondary external power. So we've both systems up and running. The ADIRU, that's to do like your IRSs, that's the alignment. So we'll turn this guy on, right? Our emergency lights, flick them to armed and close the guard. Window heat, leave that alone at the moment. Now we do have some checklists here as well. There's a really good checklist. There's a guy called JD. And he's over on flightsim.to. And I love his checklists. Now this is for a standard 777. So there might be a few extra steps when it comes to whatchamacallit. There'll be a few extra steps when it comes to the freighter, right? But I love using all this stuff. So how the checklist works, what you need to do, how to set up the aircraft, the parking brakes, so on and so forth. And then we go down through it. So JD, you'll get this over on flightsim.to. JD is the man, right? So you can see the full thing here. Look, overhead panel scan, top to bottom, left to right. Top to bottom, left to right. That's the direction of travel that we're doing, right? So let me see here now. We can also follow the checklist in the aircraft itself. So I like to use both. So let me see. On up here, we won't spend much time up here, but we do have your flight recorder test. Now usually that needle should go up the way. Oh, it actually did go up the way. Oh, brilliant. I didn't think that was working. Look at this. See the needle? It should fire up to good. There she is. It's good. Alright. And erase that if we need to. There's our system coming alive. And you'll see the screens start flickering on and off. They're going to be quite dim. And once it gets all the power, they'll flash on. Right? Continue on. Fuel jettison, absolutely not. Not yet, anyway. And let's move down the way. Voice recorder, go ahead and turn that on. Coming down by the electrical panels then, they're all grand. Emergency lights, we've already armed those. Our hydraulics, leave them off for the moment. No electronics. And seat belts are there. Exterior lights, nav, logo, and the wing lights I'll put on. External lights are all down here. Anti-ice, everything's set to auto. Go ahead and get our fuel pumps turned on. Fuel jettison we're not worried about. Here's our engine start switches. Cargo fire, so we can do our tests. Press and hold. That's good. Cancel our warning there. Moving on to the right hand side, we have all our air conditioning inside the aircraft. Our bleed air system. It's a highly automated aircraft as well. So your APU bleed, for example, it's set to auto. You know what I mean? Little Trader, good to see you. In a box, man. Welcome in, my dude. Hope you're well. Maddie Lynn is here. Andy Brown, good to see you, man. Murph, congratulations on the new job. Thank you very, very much indeed. Only take 30-minute lunch breaks. Right? Brilliant. Welcome in. Right, our bleed air system, and then we have our pressurization, and this is where we have our landing altitude. So we'll have to set that in the gadget. And we can adjust all of this, right? Anti-ice lights, that's all grand. See, our panels and our screens have now turned on. Down on our left hand side we have some internal lights, right? Might bring those displays up a little bit just so we can see what's properly happening. We have panel floodlights and other lighting. Heaters, right? They all work. Shoulder heaters, map light, on or off, clock, mic, that's grand. And what else do we have here now? So looking across the way, brake source, so the accumulator pressure in there, that's okay. What else do we need here now? Moving across the main panel, go ahead and flick on the old flight directors. We're going to need those on both sides. Moving down to the pilot not flying, or first officer. Again, we've more lights here for panels and instruments. And we have the option here as well to move. Can we move that tablet onto the window? No. No. So that tablet lives there out of our way. Oxygen tests. There's 4 of them if I can remember that correctly. There's 1 anyway. 2. 3. And then our, how's that? And we have the pilot over here. 4. Oxygen systems are working. They seem to be grand. What else? Okay, the lower console. Well, what do we have here, right? So, flight deck door, OBS audio. You can select it, but don't think it does much. Some more lighting down here. Floor lights off, dim, or bright. We have our trims, wing and rudder. Cancel manual trim, and you have an indicator here where your rudder trim is at. We have audio and communication panels. We have a lot of these. This is our data ref that we can change into our frequency. We have a weather radar. Want to be turning these guys on just so we have them. Main radio comm. Right hand side comm 2. Additional buttons over here. We have a transponder, so that should be on standby. We can just change up something, you know, magical. 6434. Why the devil not? We can ident and test it then. And then we have all our calls. Ground. The crew rest area. What's that now? That's an interesting one, lads. What's this one now? Super Marie. Interesting. Interesting. Viper Strike, good to see you, man. What the hell? Yeah, daytime streams. Who'd have thought it? I don't know what that is. Summary something? I don't know. Tima, good to see you. Cargo. Can't hear it back there. And then main deck alert. Nice, okay, so we got sounds there, that's pretty good. Over on this side here, we can see our stab trim, alternate flaps if you need to arm those. Fuel controls, so they're your fuel switches to turn it on. Flaps on the right hand side, we have our pitch trim on the left. So they're small little trim, they're electronic trim switches rather than the wheel you're used to in a Boeing. We have a speed brake, we have our thrust levers. I am struggling, lads, I can't get reverse thrust, so we'll figure that one out. And then we have all our main screens here, right? Now, have I a way to select the different screens? I know I can do it from the EFB. Should we go in and find out? So down into our EFB, and EFIS control, display control. So I think this is where I can put my stuff in here, look. Checklists. So there's our checklist there. So that's how we do that, right? So we've checked the oxygen, we've checked our flight instruments, that's all grand. Park and brake is on, fuel control switches are off. So we shall say done. Next up, before start, look at this. Supernumerary signs. So that is the switch we need on. So that's your... this. Okay. Interesting. MCP V2 heading track altitude. We haven't done any of those just yet. Brian Crawley, thank you very much indeed. Top of the afternoon to you, man. Hope you're well. He's pressed a button on YouTube. He's very kind. Welcome to Flight Crew. 4 months, man. Thank you very much. Right. Now, let's have an old gawk at this now. Hey, an old gawk. Let's see now. If we put it this way, right? The PMDG website for all their manuals, like that's where all of this is. Flight Sim Mods, thank you very much indeed for the tier 1. What a legend. Thank you very, very much indeed. So look at this, right? We can get into what makes the 777, the versions and differences, and the freighter specifics. Click spots on animation. So here's all our stuff, look. Spoilers. Click on the labels next to the spoiler. That's handy. Click the digit next to the flap will set the flaps to that setting. Nice. Sunshades, autopilot and auto throttle. Click to show the sun shield. Okay. Toga button. Toga, autopilot. More sun shields. Jesus, all the click spots. What's this one do? Work tables. Yeah, we saw that. Armrests. Yeah, we saw all those. Oxygen test, we did that. That's teaching you how to use the window. The door, right. Map lights. Universal flight. Oh, so they're the 3 locations you have. That's kind of handy, isn't it? Shame the worn cockpit mods doesn't work in the freighter. Ah, really, Dougal? Ah, Jesus. Undocking all your displays. Yeah, I like doing that if you need them. Lighting controls. Like, they have a ton of information here, you know. Landing lights, click of a button, run off, turn off. Oh, they're red. That's dead handy. Rather than going 1, 2. Well, I like them different switches. What else do we have? Additional information. PMDG setup. Yes. It's all okay. So the aircraft, let's see. No, delivery number displayed. So the livery is actually defined to the tail number, and that'll explain, or that'll show you what systems the aircraft has. Do you know what I mean? Refers to extra crew sat behind the flight deck. Rob MCR, supernumerary, thank you very much for that. Nice. Is this a fly along? As always, Dave. Yes, indeed. Okay, so we have tons and tons of information here. Standby instruments, the clock type. Like, there's a barrel load of stuff in here. All right, so we'll go back to that in a moment. So from in here, there are displays. So I'm going to go back to menu. So that's your PMDG setup. This is where you can edit the aircraft and your panel states and so on and so forth. Your flight sim actions will be your fuel, payload, all that jazz. Now fuel, we want to be putting this in automatically by, whatchamacallit. So fuel on board is 20.1, right? Now that seems like an awful lot. So how would we import all of that from SimBrief? Well, let's have a look. So our position, so we can copy this from our GPS, and we'll pop you in there. The airport reference is Echo India Delta Whiskey, Dublin, and we're down at, where are we down at? I think it's 410. 4111. No. 411T. Right. 411T. Didn't like that. 411T. Alright, sweet. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's just double check our other pages. That's all grand. That's Angel, Twitch Prime, 5 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Murph, does it work with your FMC from WinWing? That's a very good question, Gibbo. That is a very good question. Now, Murphy. The question is, will it work or won't it? Let's find out. It's turning on anyway. That's a good sign, right? If it's CTDs, it's not Gibbo's fault, right? Now, I think I need to run some software for that. The SimApp Pro, isn't that the gadget? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It's hard to call, lads. It's hard to call. Found updates. Do you want to do it? Sure, go on for the blast. Oh, it hasn't seen the device yet. Why is that now? Okay, so we can see that puppy. Why doesn't it see the other gadget? That's her there. It works with the AVS server, overhead, and FMC, says Brian. Does it? Simulation, initialization. Aircraft module name. Retriever status, 777. Doesn't like it. Let's try after the update. Do. We might as well try it for the crack. Yes. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I'm sure there's a way we can do it. I reckon MobiFlight will get it working if it doesn't work. Let's see here now. Your Mac 2 is arriving today? Nice. Okay. Key binding. 24. RGB. So, environmental, simulation, initialization phase. Game running. The button and axis synchronized pending activation. What does that mean? Does by chance the Mac 2 and the 320 work? I'll have a look. Pending activation, backlight, key indicator, LED display. So why is this kind of paused? The button and axes are synchronized, pending activation. There's no axes. And there's no little switch I can use. Sure there's not. Anyone deal with this before? No? Turn it off and turn it back on again. Let's see what happens here. We'll launch it in admin mode just in case. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing nothing. I can't bear the WinWing software. Confusing. It is confusing. Just give us a one-click feckin' button, lads, will you? If there are some problems, please contact us. So sim logic. So it says it's grand. I wonder, is it the case that you need to kind of do it from outside the sim? APU indicator, backlight, sync, DCS. Huh? Yeah, that's okay. What about Mobi? Hardware. Mobi flight connector. Let's see what this gadget can do. There's a new version. Oh, Jesus, lads. Jesus, lads. We'll try this briefly. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, not to worry. I will get it working, though. Do you know? Mobi flight, where are you? Hotfix. Okay. Right. Start connecting. Well, we can probably do a couple of different things here, can't we? So that's for the... That's for my FCU, right? So if we were to say Mobi flight FMS. Mobi flight. So that's the 777 we want, yeah? Mini FCU, right? WinWing FCU. So that's the FCU. What about the other gadget? Sim App Pro doesn't need to run. That's okay. WinWing PFP. Right, we're getting somewhere. I wonder the sheer amount of people trying this. The devs are probably scrambling to get some sort of functionality working. Nah, we'll beat it. We'll beat it, lads. So I want to download this, then we're going to launch it in and then see what happens. Is that fair enough? So start that download.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works.
Every time.
Every time.
Now, I want to get the FCU working. Is that possible? Let's see. It says it won't work for Flight Sim 20 or for Flight Sim 2024, but sure, we'll see what happens, right? Where did that file go now? Trying science. Downloads. PMDG. Yes, that's the one we want. Open that. So there's the gadget, and where's me Mobi flight stuff? It's on my desktop, isn't it? Hang on there now, lads. We'll get to the bottom of this fairly lively. Mobi flight. There we go. Mobi profiles. Drag you. Drop you in there. File. Open. Mobi profiles. PMDG 777F FMS. Open. WinWing, that one. And we want the WinWing FCU. Why aren't you coming up? So it's not the FCU I want. See the way I can't select it here. I wonder then, does she need an old restart? So it's asked me to assign that to a bit of hardware, but it's not detecting that hardware. Why is it doing that now? I'm not actually getting the beep when I plug this in. There's power going to it. System behave. System status indication. So why isn't that working, lads? Let's see, let's see. I wonder, does it need to go directly into the PC? Let's open up this guy again. This is all terribly fun, isn't it? What did you do today, Murph? I broke everything. Low Viz, 1,000 bits, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, man. Linus Tech, welcome in, Linus. Right, it's not picking up the device here. That's an issue, isn't it? It is picking up. It's picking up the main one, but it's not liking this gadget. So why is that? We're getting power from it. She just doesn't want to connect in. So I wonder, do I need to go directly into it? What if I do one of these? Finished. File. Open. That was a good sound, lads. Open. Yes. Yeah. No. Why aren't you popping up here, you devil, you? Let's close Moby and restart it. If this works now, I'm just like, you know, level of genius, right? Level of genius. Hammer Nails, good to see it. Photos by Kev, good to see it. Right. There she is. I want that one into this one, assign it. And okay it. And then we want to open the file. Give it a second now. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Bum, 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 bum. Open. Oh, don't save it. Just open. This guy. Yes. And now run. Oh. Open. This. And run. It says it's running. Okay, we're getting somewhere. It's interacting with it, but I don't have the screen. We're getting somewhere, lads. Hammer Nails, thank you very much indeed. Okay, so we are getting some work, but it's not initialize reference menu. I go down to menu. Why is that saying fix? Init reference. Did I choose the wrong one? No, that's so the one I have, there's different buttons for this one clearly. So the layout, I have the one for the 7.3, so the other one I think is for a 777, isn't it? Don't you need the beta version for the screen? Beta version. Oh, you could do. Yeah, you could do. Yeah. All right, okay. We'll exit that. At least we know it works, so I'll spend some time figuring it out, lads. So you don't have to. I will figure it out, though. Yep. Cable management. It's all the rage. Okay. So I have the one for the 737. I have a feeling you need this for the 777 one. I think Wing Wing are going to get another 100 quid out of me. I put this cable into the drawer. If only you knew what lives in that drawer. 2 FMSs and whatchamacallit. A wig, right? Just waiting for him to fall off his chair. Right, menu. Let's go into our FMC. It's not a fix. Initial reference. Now, where can I drag all this in? You see, index, right? Ident. So we've done that. Our root page is next. Request that divil. Set payload, excellent. Set fuel, excellent. Sure, this is fantastic. And now select the route. So we are going to be blasting off from 10 right. In you go. Company route has been sent. We're going to wait for it to be received. No, this works very well when you have the multi-flight set up fully. I'm using your MAC-2 for the 777. Why are you lying us? All right, okay. Yeah, I'll spend a bit of time with it off stream. Right, we're going to load this, and winds are ready there as well. Load the route. And we'll horse in the weather then as well. I think that worked. Okay. Runway 10 right. Next page. Peleg Deegan. Yeah, perfect. Activate this puppy. Yes. Performance initialization. Let's go in here. So we should be able to zero fuel. Here we go. Accept the performance initialized data. Yeah. Cruise level is not 20,000. We wanted, what did we say? 1.6 was it? What did we say in our flight plan? Message. 1.6. 160. Boom. Why are you not working now? Accept. 160. Cost index 125. That's good, that's good. Step size, don't worry about that. Unable cruise altitude, don't worry about that. We'll figure about that in a minute. We're not going to derate. Flaps set 5. Center gravity 25.7. Thrust takeoff. References 138 and 151. Reference speeds are on. Right, that'll do to me. Right, so we'll put in an initial alt here of 9,000. Okie dokie. Now from this stage, it's very dark up here. Can we get some lights, Murph? Master bright and overhead. Yes. Yes. Circuit breakers on here as well. Hydraulics, we go auto. And let's power up this APU while we're here. APU master switch on. Rocket departure, you better believe it. We'll see what happens though. Window heats, leave them off for the moment. Beacon light, we'll stick it on because we're going to be moving soon. There's them shortcut keys, that's handy. Master brightness, bring that up as well. Air shield, dome, overhead. Okay, right, start the APU. APU coming up. Backup gens, they're on, so they'll all come up. Cabin utility on, they'll all start powering up here now in a moment. Little bit of a kind of a performance hit, isn't there? It's not terrible or anything, but yeah, interesting. Right, so that APU is going to start coming up. Let me see, NPC, that's grand. Takeoff speed's been set. We've done that. Trim units, done that. Taxi briefing, done that. Beacon light is already on. Continue. Before taxi, worry about that now in a moment. Reference speeds are good. Toga, that's all grand. Let's go to the legs page. So Peleg and Deegan, departure and arrival. So it's going to be blasting off out of 10 left. No, it's not. It's 10 right. Direct Peleg. Arrival is going to be down on the Deegan 2 Delta, is it? Echo. ILS runway 6. Execute that. Peleg, Deegan. Okay, so departure though, it just says 10 right. Takeoff speed's deleted. Balls. Peleg, Deegan, grand. Right, back into your performance page, so. Right, that'll do. Next page, that's all grand. APU. Right, GSX. Prepare for a pushback. I'm sure it's thinking about it. Is GSX not going to work? It's supposed to work, that's Angel, yeah. Deboarding completed. Right, prepare. Departure clearance requested, waiting for stuff. Probably needs updating too. No, I updated that before we went live. Man alive, GSX. When it works, it's great, but it's like so much of a pain in the ass. Restart or reset. Reset. And now let's have us. Like, there's a reason why I tend not to do any of this, you know? It's a bugger for the amount of updates, yeah. So, prepare for pushback and departure. Waiting for... You can't even see the shagging thing. Alright. It says it's preparing. We'll go back into our doors here. Door management. Close the main cargo door. APU is now running. That's all looking good. Bleeds are already running. APU gens are already on. Right. APU is running, so we can disconnect the ground power. Aer Lingus. There we go. That only took a moment. Here comes Bridie. Good girl, Bridie. Jesus, Bridie's seen better days, lads. Close your doors. Doors are closed. Let's just double check though. Well, they're closing the main cargo door.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
That's great news, Jemima. Doors auto brakes. That's okay. Auto brake reject to takeoff. Engine shutdown. TCAS off. Display select panel. That's okay. Window heats are off. Well, we'll worry about that when we're starting her up. Fuel on board is now 28.4. That's all good. 9,000 is going to be set for there.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Reset our barrow. And what else do we want? We're hectopascals. We'll horse them in. VORs, no. We will put on the terrain for the crack. Yes. Yes. And that door... Asher, isn't it only looking mighty?
Locking gear.
I better remove those chocks now as well, Jemima. What do you reckon? Remove the chocks? Alright. What do we reckon? She was on the pines last night, right? There's a panel. Look out the window there. Our tay is looking grand. Good man, Patrick. At the right side, looking good. Okay, so we want nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, so hang on. Don't be running ahead of me. We need to start up this machine. So, brakes.
Commencing push.
Off.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Right side coming alive. Let's enjoy the sounds, friends. Get some fuel in.
set parking brakes.
They're very bassy, aren't they? Brakes on.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
How do you get the shortcut to get GSX menu to appear? Does anyone know the answer to that?
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
It was a
Unlocking gear.
mighty start, so it was. Sourdough man, good to see you, man. Alright, let's go start on the right. Let's go on the left. Control Shift F12. Control Shift F12. Genius! The man's a genius! Thank you, Mr. Chippy. How can we edit that button? It's back in the main menu, I suppose, is it? Let's go external for the sounds. Oh, yeah.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Fuel.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Any sort of weird kind of stuff, that's frame gen causing that stuff, yeah? Very pretty, isn't it? It's very good, isn't it? Infidel Fireman, good to see you, man. Alright, engines be running. She's a pretty machine, isn't it? Nice. Flaps. Hang on now, Murph. So, flaps are saying 5, isn't it? Sounds awesome. Jesus. Very good, isn't it? So we should have flaps and slats. Yeah, we do. Jesus, look at the size of the slats. Jesus. Beautiful. All right. Easy now, you big idiot. Right, what have we got here? TCAS display, window heats. Right. Come down here. TCAS sticker on. On up here, window heat, all on. APU, good night. Everything's set here to auto and on. That looks good. Flaps 15, go back up the road. Flaps 5 we want. Display select panel. Now why is that coming up? Why is that coming up in our CAS? Not on intercept heading. Don't worry about that. Normal, so before taxi, recall, flight controls, ground equipment. So we'll do our flight controls test. So how do we do this now? Normal menu. If I go into menu, display, com nav, inbound stat, recall, synoptics, door, gear, flight controls. So we're going to go full forward, full back, full left, full right, rudder right, rudder left, spoilers, and spoilers. Okay, flight controls are good. Let me see here now. So let's double check. Air conditioning is working. 24, 24 and 16 in the cargo. That's quite okay. Stockholm plane spotting. Good to see you, man. Strap is here. Welcome in. Just watching the engine start up. Definitely think PMDG need to take the entire encyclopedia from Fly Factor. The sounds 100%. It's not bad though. The flaps sound great. Fuel is grand. Hydraulics grand. And electrical system grand. Double check. Doors are okay. Manual and armed. Gear. Temperatures and pressures. Flight controls. What modes do we have here? Checklists. Comms. ATC. Oh, look at all this stuff. Flight information. Oh, I like all that. Nav mode. And lower. Can we turn that off then? Oh yeah. Alright, okay. We'll come back into menu and we'll go FMC. I'm on the legs page. That's cleared that. Doors auto, parking brake set, auto brake set to RTO. Okay. So we're heading for 10 right. 10 right. So off the brakes. Roller forward, Roisin. Old veteran 965. Good to see you. You know you've been in Tipperary too long when you say queer good. Config parking brake. There we go. Turn off the brake, you big idiot. Queer good, huh? Just fierce queer good, Dad. Jesus. Right, what's your speed, Murph? Bravo 1. And where did we say we need to go? 10 left or 10 right. Orders for rolling. Alright, easy now. The vertices, pixels and coding flying in perfect formation. It's pretty nice. She's looking grand, lads. Tis the weather in Dublin. It's going to be raining, I'd say. I would like an L camera. I mean, here is handy and all, but like, I wouldn't mind a camera behind the engine. Although that does look pretty good, doesn't it? Hang on, we'll do another mad camera. Don't mind me for the minute. We're doing something to break science. Maybe stop the plane, Murph, just in case we run out of runway, you know. Raining in Ireland, who'd have thought, right? Steve Claxton, good to see you, Steve. I'm all the way down here because what I want to do, I want to have a camera looking on the flaps, on the trailing edge. So I'm thinking something like that, yeah? So we can hear the flaps in action. So if I have that view and that view. Perfect. Alright. Drive it on. What scenery is this? This is MK Scenery's Dublin version 2. I don't think there's any more in the works. I keep asking scenery developers to make more Dublin sceneries, but this is quite good. It's quite good. Now, lads, 1's in chat if you think I'll crash on takeoff. 2's in chat if you think it'll be a glorious takeoff. Right? It's not the same live time because it's sunny in Dublin. Yeah, live time, Gibbo. This is weird. You need Adam controls, you know. Taxi Foxtrot outer. Link 4, hold short 16, right? Viper just got the 777F. Nice. Yeah, it'll be a glorious crash. Yes, yes. Glorious, glorious crash. I have a big empty airport, but she's grand, lads. She's grand, right? Kibbo. Giggity! Alright, easy now. Isn't it a fine machine, isn't it? Invented by the... Well, it wasn't, no. Today is a good day to die. Yes. Right. Lights. Strobes. Because we're going on to the owl active here now. We're going to be crossing the runway. Hang a left here, cross over and ramble up Sierra. Easy now. Really looking forward to the UK meetup. Can't wait. Do you need to bug the V2 speed? Chicago Pilot? I'm not quite sure, actually. I don't think so. We'll find out now when it starts shouting at us, you know? Today was a bad day to start crash training at Dublin, right? Do you remember Damo Ivor? Can you speak like Ivor? Who was that now? Where are we flying to? Down to Shannon. VR Flight Sim guy. Good to see you, man. He says, Murph, you're on fire with the streams. Keep up the great content. Watching the stream at work. Shh, tell no one. You're in a very important meeting. Yes, yes. I'm here reviewing last year's performance and I want to measure it against this year's performance. Brilliant. And if they say anything, you know, start shouting. V2 plus 10 depending on the airline SOP. Is it? I usually just horse in, you know, we want more than 200 actually. We want about 220. In there, you devil it. Auto throttle is armed. 9,000 is our first stop climb. Oh, careful now. Don't give me a crash sim, whatever you do. Sky Hunter, nice. Say nothing, lads. It's all a ruse. Yeah, yeah. We're just, you know. Damo and Ivor. There used to be an RTE. Damo and Ivor. Jesus, Aaron, I don't know who that is. Easy now. We'll give it the full beans here now. We'll go all the way down to the bottom, right? I get that weird scenery bug thingy. Jesus, sounds great. They need to bring back a way that you can control the aircraft in these views. You used to be able to do it, but now you can't because it's shagged. Chase plane? No, that's going to be a while. That's going to be a while. Maybe. Nice, good to see you, buddy. She is a nice machine, this, isn't it? Beautiful. Little bit excited on the old rudder inputs. Give the engines a bit of a warm up. Sounds exactly like me Skoda. Right. Asher, this is only lovely. Stay to the weather though. Right. Light him up. Now, can we get weather on this gadget? Do we not have weather on this? Easy now. What's your ETA to Shannon? Half an hour maybe, that's all. Be sure to wave to Dubjet. Oh, nice. I need to sneeze. Gesundheit. Alright. Right is clear. Left is clear. Inaugural 777 blast off out to Dublin, right? I hope your Skoda drinks less gas. Fairly similar. Oh yeah? Yeah, about 75 litres per second. Right. Actually, my Skoda is very fuel efficient. Easy now. Checklist incomplete. Oh, Jesus, stop giving out to me. Right, we'll do this quickly. Menu, display, checklist, flaps, set. After takeoff. Wait, now hang on. Pre-flight, right? Why did that all reset? Override that. That's after takeoff. Right, okay. That's grand. Right. Radio. Okay, friends. Now, heading. We want to go heading mode. Select heading. Will this work? Yes. So heading is selected. We can. It's on auto bank. Oh look, you can't actually change. Oh, you can. Auto 5 degrees all the way up to 25 degrees. We'll go auto and see what she does, right? So that's our heading. So we're going to fly runway heading and see what happens. Are we ready, friends? Okay, spool these engines up to 40%. Let's have a listen. Man, look at them shaking. Alright, engine stable, auto throttle, that's all good to go. Activate, and toga. Up the hill.
Airspeed's alive.
We're moving. I hope I didn't forget.
8 knots.
Jay's a rocket ship.
V1.
Yepsy daisy.
V2.
Positive rate of climb. You're up. Easy, easy. Look at that wing flex. Look at the state. Jesus. $6,000 feet a minute. The thing is a rocket ship. Alright, hold your 220. Fly the runway heading. Jesus. For the moment, my heart sank. I thought we were about to get a freaking, whatchamacallit. What's with the speed there, Chief? Easy. Easy. There she goes. There's a lot of getting used to the handling now on this gadget, do you know what I mean? Alright, easy does it now.
We're going the wrong way.
We're totally grand. It's a non-standard departure, so we're going to be making a right turn here in a moment, then we'll go straight to Pellick. Are we there yet? Hold on to your hats. Man alive, isn't it gorgeous? Alright, quick check here. So, flaps in, RTO is off. We'll start a right turn. Heading hold. Right turn down to 180. Coming up on 9,000. Drive that up to our final cruise. 15. What do we plan? 16, was it? 16, away we go. Speed's alright. Oh man, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Beautiful. Jeez, look at the clouds there, lads. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Look at the state. That's savage, isn't it? Right, speed is looking good. Just over 10,000 feet. Good luck to you. We're grand there. She's not shouting at us yet. We'll start a right turn direct Peleg. Let me see. Clear that. How do we do direct 2 on this gadget again? Well, pretty much are direct Peleg. Alright. LNAV. VNAV. And we'll intercept Peleg. This is very, very nice. Is this the PMDG presets? No. Fly with Stuart, new job question. How much time is spent on stream prep versus the actual stream? About 11 seconds. I do very little pre-planning. It depends what we're doing. Select the WP and then paste it at the top. Yeah, so we're right. We're right. We're going straight to Peleg. So I'm hoping now when it intercepts Peleg, it jumps,
a refund?
she'll jump out of heading mode. Am I right in saying that? Because we have LNAV selected. We're not on an intercept heading. Right, now we're on an intercept. Let's see what happens. There's no refunds. Shag off. He wings it. No, I do very little. Like, it depends on what we're doing. If it's like, you know, like the last night now, a fair bit of prep goes into that because you're learning, you know, and if you can't teach folks the wrong thing. So you have to make sure whatever you're saying is correct. Wednesday, I do a bit of planning. Jesus, that speed is off the chart. Slow it down there now, Betty. The flight will be over before it even began. Drag her back there now, we see what happens, right? Man alive, look at the clouds from up here. There's Baldonnel. Isn't that friggin' gorgeous looking? Look at the state of that. Right, we'll drop the speed down. LNAV should take over, and that's going to be a left turn then, direct Peleg. All going well in the round. I've no weather details though. Right, so it should bank left itself, right? So speed 280, flight level 160. I'm getting a weird kind of audio thing every now and again, so I hope the thing doesn't crash. That would be bad, do you know? Okay, so we're hoping she'll left turn itself, right? Easy does it. Like, for me to do a direct 2, why is it looking for that line? So I'm missing something. There she is. You big Egypt. The highwayman, good to see you. If you're on a direct, it should have gone Peleg. Yeah. It should be, yeah, no, we're grand. I fixed it, lads. We'll call it a fluke. Yeah, we'll call it a fluke, right? It's a nice smooth flight so far. It's early days yet. Steve, it's early days. Look at the dot in the window. Oh man, that's pretty. Easy, easy. Yeah, those sounds I'm just getting a little bit worried about them, but sure, look at. Am I running on all cylinders? Never. Now that looks pretty. Sure we can. It's gorgeous, lads, isn't it? That is immensely pretty. Over to Twitch for the tunes, lads. Irish, sure, listen, isn't it a bit of crack? No, we need chase plane in Flight Sim 24. This is just me acting the Egypt with the drone camera. I'm not going to tell you how long that took to learn. But it's only gorgeous, look. It's pretty, isn't it? Gorgeous. Right. How are we looking? We've just overflown Peleg. We're on our way now to Deegan. What altitude do you want us at Deegan? 8,000 feet. Right, get down there now, you devil you. Let's go down to 8. Ooh, easy. And we'll drop our speed back here as well. Let's go 230 just to kind of stay ahead of the plane, right? 230, reduce our speed, and then we'll start a flight level change. So we got 20 miles. So I suppose we'd probably go V-speed. V-speed. 1500. Drop her down there now. Bit of spoiler action. Oh, look at those spoilers, man. Beautiful. All right. All right, speed is dropping. We started our descent. Let's see what happens. Thank you very much indeed, Chicago Pilot. It took ages. Twitch works fine on your LG TV, but you've no chat though. That's unfortunate. Business class now. Tony have it, right? Tony having it. That's brilliant. Right, so it's going to be an arrival into runway 6 below here at Shannon. And as I said, this is very much just an introductory flight for me as well. I mean, it's figuring out the 777 freighter. Out of all the 777s, be it the Dash 2 or the Dash 3, I'd see me flying this one probably more, because it's a freighter, right? I mean, you can do these lower speeds. My spoiler's in, and let's see if she hold that magic number of 230. Auto throttle seems to be doing a fairly decent job. The service on the freighter is better than the new Global Airlines. Oh, come here. What was going on with that? Swiss was... I watched his videos on it. And, like, the first one, it was like... The second one, they kind of redeemed themselves. But, like... Are there windows in the back of the freighter? There's not. So, like... There's a window back here near the cargo door. But that's about it. Man, doesn't that look really... It's a beautiful aircraft, isn't it? Fly with Stuart, we're carrying some Yorkshire tea. Yes, yes. Tea from Yorkshire. Oh, yes. The people at Shannon can't wait. Right, Murph, slow it down. We need to drop the L nose a bit more. We need to be at 8,000 at Deegan. Mrs. Salad, left and bread. Yeah, it's nuts. Now, what's the ILS into runway 6? Airports, Shannon. Charts for the approach. ILS is going to be 109.5. Where does this go? Let me see. How do we do this now? What's grand? Init ref for landing was set flaps 30. Flap speed 30. Thrust limit approach. So that's all grand. What about our VNAV? RTE route page? No. Progress Navrad 109.5 and the course should be 056. Doesn't like that. Oh, it's already in it. It's already in it. All right. All right, we're pre-selected. The plane is intelligent. I like that in a plane. 10,000. Light them up. Jesus, Murph. Drop the nose there now, you devil you. If you're flying to Cork, there would be a mob waiting, as it's not Barry's Tea, right? Barry's Tea. It's all auto. Yeah, Dougal, it's mad, isn't it? Harrogate's finest. You bacon me crazy. I love that name. Brilliant. All right, 9,000. Get down to 8 there now for Deegan. There's 8 coming in. Spoilers are extended. Oh man, look at that wing flex. Isn't it beautiful? Alright, we're going to level off here at 8. Then our next is going to be Ulsit. And then Turdu at 6. Spoilers in. Auto brake for landing. We'll set auto brake 2. This is going to be funny now because I can't really work the I can't work the reverses. I can put it into reverse thrust, but it doesn't go any higher. Do you know? Overkill. Good to see you. They let me fly a plane. They didn't really. I just borrowed it for a moment. There was a clicky pen, and I just stayed. I started clicking it. Then the flight crew headed away, so I said, "Sure, I'll. You know. Hope you're well, man." Yeah. So I don't have a reverse axis, right? So what I'm trying to think is here. You know, if we. Jesus, I can with auto brake and I can put it into reverse thrust, I just can't increase the divil. This could be hilarious. We'll see how we get on, right? So we've Ulsit. Then we have Mr. Approach, climb 4000, then a left turn inbound to the VOR. Alright. Right, so our next drop is going to be 6,000. Go ahead and arm that in there. Do they have a working weather radar, lads? Do we know? I'm unsure if they do. I use a button to switch to reverse. Yeah, I do that as well, but it won't engage max thrust. It's like idle. I'll show you now when we land. Just the weather's a little bit nicer below, although there's rain ahead of us, look. The Slieve Bloom Mountains, lads, looking absolutely gorgeous. I'm impressed so far. The other PMDG planes do have a weather radar. Yeah. I thought it was on. Weather. Auto. Weather. Oh, she's on. Doesn't seem to be working. Unless I'm missing a trick, but I don't believe so. I'll go weather, just plain weather instead of weather and turbulence. Strange, right? So we'll be landing in Shannon and stopping at Limerick. That's accurate.
Who's in charge? You haven't a clue what you're doing.
Listen. I fly small planes. This is a large plane. There's a difference. Right? There's always a difference.
These are small, but the ones out there are far away.
Murph, did you try after going into reverse push your throttles forward? Yeah, Roy. And it throws it back into forward momentum. Jeez, that's gorgeous. That's very pretty. Look at that weather, lads. Busy with the maiden flight of your PC-24 out of Cape Town. Nice. Yeah, it looks like rain ahead, doesn't it? Beautiful. You're bringing cargo on that, Death's Angel? Nice. You use FSU IPC for reverse. How do we do that? Not sure I'm qualified to fly this. Listen, it'll be grand, right? The absolute worst thing that'll happen, there'll be a big explosion, you know, but that's the worst thing that can happen. You're doing a multiplayer flight today. I will. What time are we now? We're 20 past 2, yeah. This is pretty. Okay, so our speed is all right. 230. We're heading to Ulsit. Next waypoint then is at Turdu, and then we'll be turning kind of left base, and then we ramble in, right? You're gonna know we landed, yeah. What was that sound? Murphy has landed somewhere. All right. Right. I think we're okay. Oh, hang on. We can press buttons down here. Crew, prepare for landing. So you have on the flight factor, you have the purser. So you can be talking away to El Jenny and Jemima. Do you know? Which yoke am I using? Do I have the Mosa? I don't have the Mosa yoke, so I use a Virpil Constellation Orion. That's the stick, and I use the Warbird base. Now I also have the Mosa AB9. That's on the rig.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Where's this now? Buttons. Mac Vision gifted a tier 1 sub to Overkill. Thank you very, very much indeed. Let me see. Am I using SPAD? I have SPAD, but I haven't set up Batten yet. Do you know? Let's have a look. Why aren't these buttons working? There it is, finally. See, my camera's working. So, yeah, this is the setup that I have. So this is the Virpil shtick. And then over... Jesus, did you hear the thunder? We've thunder! Brilliant. Over this side then, I've... well, you can't really see it from that camera, but I have a Virpil Mongoose. That's the Virpil Mongoose.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the Virpil Mongoose. And then I have the Virpil control box as well. So landing gear is there. And I can turn off and on all my lights, look. That's really the only button that I did, right? Did you hear that friggin' thunder, lads? Jeez. It was brilliant. Right. It was the same. It was the same. What cameras do I use? Oh, jeez, look at the rain here now, look. This is only brilliant. Yeah, we're in Ireland anyway. So for cameras, let's plan our little drop here, please. So for cameras, that's like a Canon DSLR on the front. The one behind me, that's an Insta360. So that can move, look. I can do all sorts of sexy things with that camera, look. For instance, right, I mean, we have an only fan. Brilliant! That's my only fan. Asher is not fantastic, look. And then we have a back of the head cam. I could have showed you this one. It follows me around the room. So that's the Virpil stuff. Right? Well, that's the rig over there. Will it follow me more, Will? Go over here now and follow me. Hey! Go over here and follow me. It doesn't want to follow me. But, yeah. And then we have this position right here. I can't be left alone with this sort of technology, lads. I break things. Do you hear the weather? Brilliant. We're in an enormous cell now, look. Oh, the wipers are wiping. This is fantastic. Right, we want to get down to 6,000 feet. Watch your speed here. Dropping that speed back to 210 now. It stopped raining. Ooh, look at that. There's Shannon Airport over there, look. The back of the head upsets the camera, right? There's a bit of vibration on that fan blade. There is. That was my stomach growling. You thought my house was worse for a moment. Brilliant. This should be interesting. Alright, 210 on our speed. We're down at 6,000. That's harbour to think over there. Over here you have, this is called Ohanish Illumina. And right beside it, lads, this area here, this is called Foynes. And this is all the Shannon Estuary, right? But Foynes, this was at one time one of the busiest seaports, or seaplane ports. Let's go with that. Do you know, like the Boeing Clipper? You know the Boeing, was it the 334 Clipper? That's what they used to land back in the 20s. And actually, they built a replica Clipper down at the Foynes Museum there. It's actually very good. Pretty good. 'Tis only gorgeous. So there's Shannon Airport. 06 is what we want. So we'll have a left turn coming in here shortly. El Palm is going to be down at 3,000 feet. Speed is okay at 210. We're going to drop a notch of flaps here. Oh, look at those slats. Look, the slats are class. Right, notch of flaps now. Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, Steve, 100%. When you're coming over again, let us know. You did the Wild Atlantic Way, but there's a couple of other routes as well. There's some cracking drives, like. Seaplane Base. Thank you, Viper. That's the one. What's for breakfast? Protein shake. Ah, Jesus, you want the fry. Do you know? Actually, there's the thing. What's your normal breakfast? Right? Bacon and eggs. Some people have toast and banana. I mean, that's like healthy or something, do you know? Okay, let's jump out of standard. Local Barrow. Left turn coming in. Drop at the nose. 210 is what we're holding. Flaps currently at 5. Easy now. 2 boiled eggs, cornflakes and strawberries. Coffee, a smoke and a Euro breakfast. They are now porridge, toast and marmite. Jesus. I can imagine it's a great biking location. It's very hilly. It can be. Boiled eggs, you know. Multi-grain hoops. Jesus. Behave yourself now, airplane. Behave. We're looking good. Bit of speed brake. Help us along. This is going to be interesting. Alright, get that speed right back. Easy now, Jemima. We're looking better. We can probably go approach mode. Right, there's a speed coming down. Slight tailwind on the 06 approach. Uh-oh. Piper, it surely is. Alright, we're looking good. Gear. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Alright, how are we looking? Localizer. Just waiting for the glide to come in. Speed 170. What do we say our flaps are going to be? We're going full flaps, aren't we? Or 30. We're at 20. 25. $155. Let's call it 150. Full flaps. It is, isn't it? Speed brakes arm. Good call. So there's Foynes. Here's Foynes. And there's that Ahalish Illumina, rather. Great success. Can't see a thing. Capture the glide slope. Fully established on the localizer. Speed 150. Watch the speed. Descending now. Looking good. No deviation from what you can see. If this all goes if it goes pear-shaped, we climb to 4,000 runway heading and then belt off to the left. Alright, that's looking good. Jeez, this is nice, isn't it? For the immersion. Perpetual Omega, good to see it. Any build sponsored the channel, my dude. And they're a very sound bunch of lads because they love all things in flight sim. So all is well in the realm. We're still on the glide. Jeez, this is gorgeous. Look at this, lads. Jesus. Yeah, the performance so far has been incredible, Mark. Jeez, look at the rain cloud we're coming into. Brilliant. Alright. There's the runway. There's nothing to fear but everything, right? Easy now. Don't worry about the checklist. Where we're going, we don't need checklists. Right, auto throttle, good luck to you. Autopilot, good luck to you. My airplane. Easy. Easy.
400.
Don't break it down, Murph.
300.
Easy. Easy. Jesus, my arse is numb from all the clenching. Easy.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Touchdown. Let's go down. See, here's the problem with the reverses, look. Reverse thrust? No, doesn't like that. Reverse? There we go. Doesn't like reverse thrust for whatever reason. Need to fix that. Alright, gentle roll out. Speed's at 60. Auto brake off. And we'll just ramble down to the bottom of the hill. I've no idea why I can't get those reverses working. It's nuts, isn't it? I've flown the Piper too much lately. Alrighty, welcome to Shannon. Spoilers in, flaps coming in. And we can vacate here to the right. Easy does it. That bit of rain on final, that was interesting, wasn't it? All right, sail it in. The flap sounds are deadly, aren't they? Ian Fisher, good to see you. So, like, if I engage the reverses, look, they just stay on idle. Now, I can move these guys back, but I've no way to button bind that, which is kind of annoying, right? It's like, the reverses do work. I just can't get the gadget to bind to one of my controls. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll be alright. Watch your speed. She's a nice machine though, isn't it? I'd reverse, it's often used as standard. Fingerless binding available on the throttle. I can't figure it out yet. I'll have to give it another go. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But so far, anyway, the PMDG 777 freighter in Flight Sim 24, it's really nice, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Ah, come on, Gibbo. I saw that now. The man is a legend. Ah, brilliant. Alright, so we'll rumble over here to the left and then we'll see if GSX can do it. Muse fan, good to see you. Hello, goodbye, he says. Welcome in, man. So because we're a freighter, we should be over in the freight area, which is over here. Easy. Easy. I have another bit to go yet. Where is this now? Same issue, can't bind reverses or reheat. Yeah, Angels 1.5, no idea, man. No idea. Nothing there, good to see it. Take repeat option. I think so, yeah. Vero Flight Sim guy, Steve, have a great day, mate. Thanks so much for rambling in. No, this is... who made this? I think this is also MK Studio Shannon. Right, brakes on. Brakes are set. On up here now, tidy up. Runway turn off lights off. They're all looking good. They're all looking good. APU we probably won't need, so we'll come down here. Ground connections. Set our chocks. Request the ground power unit. Ground power 1 and 2 available. And drop out the engines. What's the shift control F12? Oh look, GSX turned off. Deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
Aer Lingus. Why not? Beautiful. Don't need the APU. Right. She's pretty. She is very pretty. You forgot you had the scenery. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's pretty. Okay, so we're on ground power for this one. Hydraulics. Well, that's only a matter of shutting her all down, isn't it? Okay, what's our brake temps like coming in? Menu.
Crew to boarding starting.
And let's have a look. So we want to go to here. Oh, really? That's not working? That's interesting. She must need additional power on for that. Interesting. Right, let's have a look at the old Atlanta, shall we? Let's review our flight. Okay. Fairly straightforward. Blast off out of Dublin, then our turns over to Peleg. Like, that was as straightforward as you can get. What do you reckon the landing rate? Guesses now, lads. Was it buttery or was it going to, you know... Was it all right? Like, we didn't explode. Do you know, we didn't actually. I don't know, is that like anticlimax or something? I don't know. 210, 123, 265. Simfan, right? 250, 250, 270. Jesus, lads. If we're in the 200s, I'm going to be happy with that. Do you know what I mean? I think it'd be wonderful and great and fantastic. You know, 205. Dougal got 205. Jesus, good man. 235. Frankie's at 150, you reckon? Jesus. 150, you say? A letter from your lawyer, right? Looks like you had the mouse cursor bug. Yeah, I get that all the time with GSX Fornax. Do you know? Right, we'll ramble in, have a look, will we? 269. Get in there. 269, lads. There's nothing wrong with that. And our touchdown was pretty much where we expected it to be. 269. Jez, I'll take that. So it's a nice little flight that, you know, if you wanted to do one yourself, it's just Dublin to Shannon. And it's like half an hour or whatever, but like it's nice. Alright, good stuff there. Now what time of day? We were 20 to 3. 20 to 3. The 777 freighter, it's a nice machine, isn't it? And with GSX working now in it as well, that's great. It is great. That's the first kind of, since I flew the A350, that's probably the first airliner I've done in Flight Sim 24. Usually it's 2020 I do for all these, you know? But yeah, what I'll do, lads, I was going to hang around for another flight, but I won't, because I'm going to pick up the missus from work, and we're doing some trucking then later on tonight. But tomorrow, we'll do something similar again tomorrow, if this time of day suits folks. Or I might jump on a little bit earlier tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Because like we've done 2.5 hours. It's relatively short, but these daytime streams, if we're liking them, it won't always be airliners. Do you know? And I have to get back into X-Plane as well. The Phoenix works pretty well now. Oh, does it? Nice. Hey, Creo, good to see you. So yeah, so I'll be back on later on. We're back on at 1900 Zulu time. We're doing some Euro Truck Sim, and just for a bit of crack. And yeah, we'll do. We'll probably do something tomorrow during the day as well. So yeah, if this kind of stuff is well, if the time kind of works, you know. I guess these streams are exploratory. Yeah, they are a little bit. Yeah, some airliners, some X-Plane, 100%. Yeah, Tuesday trucking there. It's always good. It's always good fun, Tooms. Yeah, always good fun. Flights and mods, thank you very, very much indeed, man. But yeah, it was just a quick blast on the 777. It's working very well in the sim, which is great to hear. And yeah, we'll be back to you then this evening at 1900 Zulu for some trucking, and then we'll do something tomorrow. Once we get a bit of a rhythm, we'll know every day what time we're going to be on. Yeah, we'll find the groove. 100%. We shall find the groove. Do you know? Right, lads, thank you very, very much for all your support, all the follows, all the likes on the video on YouTube as well. Really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you this evening, 1900 Zulu, right here for some trucking. I'm already panicking. It'll be grand, right? It'll be grand. Hey, don't be that curious. It's not, no. Oh. Did you see what happened to Kane? He just bounced off it. Please, somebody clip just that. Kane Lafford flew into the side at 100 knots. He just literally bounced off it and ended up over here. Someone has to clip that, lads. Kane Lafford came straight in. I rarely use this word when it comes to flight sim add-ons. I reserve it only for the special kind. But like, there's no point saying anything other than this is shite. It's shite. Like, trying to turn, and we'll start advancing that mixture back in here now shortly.